everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Saints are top 10 in defending the pass. They'll be going up against the Texans, who will need to solve that secondary.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the New Orleans Saints. On first down, it's Smith. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On second down, here's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Smith. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carlos Watkins in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On first down, it's Watson. Man open left side is Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is caught. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley, his 3rd. Touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
To throw is Smith, escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing on third down, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now it's Watson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Foreman. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So the defense gets their pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
A run here with Pierce. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third down, it's Pierce, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them have played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, give them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, it told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. First down throw, it's Smith. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 50, it's Smith. Buying time to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And now out comes Houston. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On first down, Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make it.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They go again with Pierce. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, it's Pierce. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, and the Texans scoop it. And this results in 6. Touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 32 that time. On first down, Smith. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On second down, here's Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Watson now to throw. Dancing to his left. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
On third and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Let's go.
Here's Watson now on second down. Caught here by Conley. And out of bounds right around the 20. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
12. Double.
Smith now to throw again. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Smith on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To throw on second is Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here is the punter Shum as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Third and long. It's Smith. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Watson off play action. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A.J. Klein in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. A.J. Klein able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Alex Okafor in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. They'll run. This is Pierce. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, it's Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Smith looking to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Smith. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They are going for it. It's Smith. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Here's Foreman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back to throw, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Off the play fake, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin them back here at the 7-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Smith to throw on second down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Double. 12. Set. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. 50. Hey, gun. Set.
Looking to throw on second down. Smith got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Sean Davis with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw is Watson. Off play action. Forced out to his left. 20. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's go, Ohio! Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Watson now looking to throw on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read. better execution and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Texans on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go!
To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 15-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Aguayo's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is fielded, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Texans scoop it. And it's a touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by David Amerson. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Sean Davis with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, it's Foreman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A very solid gain of 27. Now Foreman, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now it's Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. A carry for Foreman. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A.J. Klein in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Devontae Freeman up over 100 yards, 110 to be precise. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go. Man 38.
Throwing now, Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
Come on, let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Watson is going to flip one out here to his running back. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now from Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
12. Check. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And my goodness, another interception. Sean Davis with a pick. And some room to roam now. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And the Panthers have extended their lead. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team.